morning, my lovers. Welcome back to our channel, Home is Where Our Heart Is, where me and my family, we make videos around everything that we feel is wholesome and green. We make videos on foraging, to plant identification, to sustainability and recipes, and everything that we feel gets people out in the fresh air and enjoying that experience that only nature can provide. Now, recently, we've had a few comments of people saying, we'd love to get into foraging, but we just don't know where to start. So we thought we'd make this awesome video for you, showing you exactly where to start and everything you need to know to start an awesome foraging journey. Caution must always be taken with wild edibles. Never ever ever consume anything unless you're 100% sure what it is. If you've got any inkling bit of doubt, do not eat it, because your body's health is your #1 priority. Now, also, do not forage plant life from anywhere where it could be contaminated, like by the side of roads or on any fields that could have been treated with chemicals, because these you don't want to put in your body. They are not good for you. I've once eaten a dandelion that was on a farmer's field. I didn't know it had been treated. As soon as I put it in my mouth, it was absolutely just a chemical fest. Understand the laws around foraging wherever it is on this planet Earth that you live. Here in the UK, it isn't illegal to forage. You can collect what you like as long as you do not profit from it. So if you go collect some rose hips for yourself, that's fine. But if you collect rose hips and start selling them, that's against the law. So make sure you understand the law where it is you live in this world. Foraging flows with the seasons. As the earth tilts on its axis towards the sun and away from the sun, the plant life is constantly changing and blooming. The hotter, the more abundant that flowers, the wildflowers are. Spring and summer is an incredible time for foraging. There's so much to collect. But as it tilts into the cooler seasons, and then there's still plenty to find, but you'll be looking more at evergreens, things like that. The best thing that you can do is look for a foraging calendar. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and it will have mapped out the basic plants that you can forage in the month that you're in. Only take what you need. If you find a giant abundant patch of violets, then sure, take enough to enjoy a nice violet syrup. But if you find a small patch, then leave that for the butterflies and the bees. And also respect the rules of that environment you're in too. If there's sheep grazing, always make sure to shut the fence behind you. Researching and learning about the plant life that's around you wherever you are in the country or on this planet. Now, you can get some really good foraging books. I'd personally recommend a good place to start is Food for Free. I read this book when I was 21 years old and it blew my mind. It has all the basics about edible weeds and all the fun things you can forage, and I think it's a really good place for people to start. Now, personally, what I do is set 7 days, 1 week per plant. And during that week, whenever I get some spare time sitting around, I'll just read about this one plant. And at the beginning of the week, you might find, I have no idea about this plant. This is so confusing, this botanical bafflingness. But I guarantee you, after you've read about that plant, within 7 days, you'll have a clarity, eureka moment, an epiphany, and you'll think, I understand this now. And one plant per week will actually result in you learning 52 plants in a year. So, learning and studying your plants, that's very important. Using trusted sources. Now this is really important. Never ever ever just use one source for you to get all your information from. Don't watch one video and think that's great and then go and eat that plant, because that could be the end of you. Trusted sources is really important, because even published books, they have many contradictions. Some will say this tree lives to 70 years old, some will say it lives to 1700 years old, some will say this is edible, and some will say this isn't edible. So what you do is use multiple trusted sources. Few books, Google, YouTube, you grasp your own concept on each plant until you have an understanding of what you feel is the right thing. Share the knowledge. When you unlock that ability to identify a plant and enjoy that plant and create it into a great recipe, a soup or a cordial, share that with others and always make sure that you pass that on to the next generations, because knowledge is power, and it is just fantastic to get people out in that fresh air from all the generations, old or young. Spread that knowledge that you've learned with everyone that you can. Foraging tools. Now, there's not really any tools for foraging. All you really need is your brain and the great outdoors. But things that can come in handy are a pocket knife for cutting certain things, and of course a glove, a sturdy glove in case you want to pick up something prickly. But other than that, I don't take a majestic basket. I just take a few biodegradable biodegradable dog poo bags and put my individual forage things in there, and then we're off to go. Check out our YouTube channel and follow us on our journey. We upload what we're doing through the season, so if you want to, you can follow us, and we upload videos on everything from identification, how to harvest sustainably, and how to make these things into awesome recipes. So if you want to, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell and follow us, and you can follow us through the seasons. Experience. Understand that foraging is all about the experience. Don't worry if you get home and you mess up your syrup, as long as you had a good time getting out in the fresh air, learning about that plant, and you get to spend time in the wildflowers or whatever plant you may be foraging. It's all about creating that connection between you and the natural world. That's what foraging is to me, and I believe it's a very, very healthy thing, and it's proven spending time in woodlands and in forests and out in the hedgerows increases well-being, and it gets you out of them polluted concrete jungles. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to start foraging for beginners, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.